Respect begins with how you view yourself, and it is impossible to demand it from others if you do not first embody it within yourself. Many people make the mistake of looking outward for validation, believing that respect is something that must be granted by someone else. But the truth is that the foundation of respect is built internally. When you value yourself, when you recognize your own potential and your unique worth, that recognition radiates outward in every action you take and every decision you make. Self-worth is not just a feeling. It is a mindset, a deep-seated belief that you are deserving of dignity, consideration, and recognition, regardless of what others think or say. When you walk into a room with the awareness of your value, your posture, your speech, and even your silence communicate strength and self-respect. People are naturally drawn to those who carry themselves with confidence, because confidence is a silent form of authority that demands attention without the need for words. It is the difference between someone who constantly seeks approval and someone whose presence alone commands acknowledgement. Developing self-worth requires intentional effort and consistent practice. It begins with the way you speak to yourself, with the narratives you allow to define your identity. If you repeatedly tell yourself that you are not enough, that your dreams are too big, or that you are unworthy of success, you are conditioning yourself to accept mediocrity and to tolerate disrespect from others. The mind is an incredibly powerful tool, and your self-perception directly shapes the way others perceive you. When you internalize the belief that you are valuable, talented, and capable, that belief manifests in your body language, in your tone of voice, and in the energy you project into every interaction. People respond to energy far more than to words. When you carry the energy of self-respect, even those who may initially doubt you cannot help but take notice. This is why it is crucial to nurture a strong sense of self-worth from the inside out, because without it, any attempt to demand respect from the outside world will always feel forced and temporary. Self-worth also requires setting standards and boundaries for how you allow others to treat you. Many people confuse humility with submission, believing that being respectful of others means tolerating disrespect directed at themselves. This is a misconception. True self-worth means understanding that your time, your energy, and your dignity are valuable and non-negotiable. It means being willing to walk away from relationships, situations, or environments that diminish your value or fail to recognize your contribution. Boundaries are not walls that isolate you from the world. They are clear statements of your value and a framework for how you expect to be treated. When you consistently uphold these boundaries, you communicate to others that you respect yourself. And in doing so, you invite them to extend the same level of respect to you. Another critical aspect of self-worth is recognizing your unique ability in embracing your personal journey without comparing yourself to others. Society often tries to measure worth by external achievements, material possessions, or popularity, but true self-respect comes from acknowledging your individuality and the unique talents you bring into the world. Comparison is a thief of confidence. And when you constantly measure yourself against someone else's standard, you erode your own sense of value. Instead, focus on your growth, your progress, and your commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. Celebrate small victories, honor your milestones, and recognize that every step forward is proof of your worth. When you cultivate this mindset, respect from others becomes a natural byproduct because people instinctively recognize authenticity, competence, and self-assuredness. Self-worth is also expressed through how you handle challenges, setbacks, and criticism. Life will inevitably present obstacles and people who question your abilities, but those who possess a strong sense of self-worth remain steadfast in their belief in themselves. They view criticism as a tool for growth rather than an attack on their identity, and they approach challenges with resilience and confidence. This resilience is magnetic. It communicates to others that you are not easily shaken, that your value is not dependent on external approval, and that your respect cannot be easily undermined. Every action you take, from the way you carry yourself in difficult conversations to the way you respond to adversity, reinforces your internal sense of worth. Ultimately, self-worth is not a destination, but a continuous journey of self-awareness, self-care, and self-improvement. It requires introspection, honesty, and a commitment to cultivating an unshakable belief in your own value. When you invest in yourself, when you acknowledge your strengths, Honor your journey and demand the respect you deserve from yourself first. The world cannot help but recognize it. Every decision, every boundary, every expression of confidence becomes a testament to your understanding of your own worth, and in that, respect is no longer something you ask for, it is something you naturally command through the force of your character, presence, and unwavering belief in yourself. Respect is not something that can be demanded through words alone. It is earned through consistent actions, dedication, and results. Many people spend their lives trying to convince others of their value by speaking about it, explaining it, or justifying their position. But words without action hold no weight. True respect is earned when others witness your integrity, your commitment, and your ability to deliver on what you promise. Every action you take, no matter how small, sends a signal to the world about who you are and what you stand for. When you focus on producing results and demonstrating your worth through tangible achievements, people naturally begin to recognize your value. It is not about arrogance or showing off. It is about letting your work speak for itself, creating a track record of excellence that cannot be ignored or diminished. The first step to earning respect through action is understanding the power of consistency. In a world filled with distractions, commitments left unfulfilled, and promises broken, consistency stands out as a rare and powerful quality. When you consistently show up, consistently put in effort, and consistently deliver results, you establish a reputation that speaks louder than any argument or explanation could. People begin to associate your name with reliability, competence, and integrity. This reputation becomes a shield against doubt and disrespect, because actions backed by consistency create undeniable proof of character. It is not about achieving perfection, but about showing a steadfast commitment to your goals and principles. Every day that you show up with dedication, even when no one is watching, you are silently proving your worth and building a foundation of respect that cannot be easily shaken. Another critical aspect of earning respect through action is taking responsibility for your outcomes. People respect those who do not blame circumstances, others, or external factors for their failures. They respect individuals who face challenges head-on, who own their mistakes, and who use setbacks as opportunities to grow. Accountability is a form of strength that demonstrates maturity, integrity, and self-respect. When you consistently take responsibility for your actions and their consequences, you communicate to the world that you are in control of your life and that you have the character to handle whatever comes your way. This form of accountability creates trust, and trust is a cornerstone of respect. Without trust, no words, promises, or explanations will ever convince someone to treat you with the regard you deserve. Action also communicates value because it demonstrates competence and skill. Words can describe potential, but action demonstrates ability. When you take deliberate steps to improve yourself, to master your craft, and to achieve meaningful results, people cannot deny your capability. Excellence in execution commands attention and admiration, and it transcends the opinions of doubters or critics. Every skill you develop, every goal you achieve, and every challenge you overcome becomes a visible testament to your commitment to your own growth and to the impact you create in the world. Respect naturally follows those who consistently deliver results that align with their vision and their promises. This is why action is far more persuasive than argumentation. It provides proof that is visible, measurable, and undeniable. Furthermore, taking action to earn respect requires patience and long-term vision. It is not about immediate recognition or short-lived praise. It is about building a legacy of reliability, integrity, and achievement. People who are focused solely on seeking respect in the moment often fall into the trap of reactive behavior, trying to prove themselves to everyone at once, and often failing to leave a lasting impression. In contrast, those who consistently work on themselves, pursue their goals, and live by their principles over time gradually earn respect that is deep, lasting, and grounded in evidence rather than empty promises. Long-term action communicates discipline, perseverance, and self-mastery, qualities that are universally admired and respected. Action also communicates authenticity. Words can be fabricated, inflated, or misleading, but action is rooted in reality. When you follow through on commitments, when you demonstrate reliability through results, and when you align your behavior with your values, you project authenticity. People intuitively sense authenticity and are naturally drawn to it. Authenticity earns respect because it is difficult to fake and impossible to ignore. It shows that you are not merely paying lip service to your goals or ideals, but that you live them daily through deliberate, consistent, and results-driven action. Every interaction, every decision, and every effort to deliver on your promises compounds over time to create a body of work that commands respect. Words alone cannot achieve this. They are fleeting and easily dismissed. Action leaves a permanent mark, tangible proof that you are committed, capable, and deserving of acknowledgement. It is through your actions, your dedication, and your results that the world recognizes your value and extends the respect that you deserve. Because respect is not something granted lightly. It is something earned, proven, and demonstrated consistently. Personal growth is the most powerful tool you have to prove your worth and earn respect, because it transforms not only what you do, but who you are at your core. Many people underestimate the power of growth, believing that respect can be demanded through authority, persuasion, or even force. But true respect is earned when others witness your evolution and the level of excellence you consistently bring into the world. Growth is not a one-time event, it is a continuous, deliberate process of improving your skills, expanding your knowledge, and refining your character. Every effort you make to learn, to stretch beyond your comfort zone, and to develop your abilities becomes undeniable proof of your dedication, your discipline, and your value. When you prioritize personal growth, you naturally separate yourself from mediocrity, and others cannot help but notice the difference in your presence, your decisions, and your outcomes. Investing in personal growth requires commitment, self-discipline, and the courage to face your weaknesses head-on. Growth often begins with self-awareness, the willingness to examine your strengths and your limitations without excuse or defensiveness. It demands honesty, because you cannot improve what you refuse to acknowledge. Many people shy away from this process because it requires vulnerability and the humility to accept that they are not yet where they want to be. Yet, it is this very process that sets apart those who earn respect from those who merely seek it. By confronting your gaps and working to overcome them, you demonstrate resilience and a proactive mindset, signaling to the world that you are not stagnant, that you are constantly evolving, and that your respect cannot be undermined by ignorance or complacency. Personal growth is also deeply tied to skill development and knowledge acquisition. The more capable, informed, and versatile you become, the more you demonstrate competence and credibility. When you continuously educate yourself, refine your craft, and expand your ability, you become a person whose opinions, actions, and decisions carry weight. People naturally respect those who have mastered their domain, who have put in the time, effort, and persistence to achieve a high level of expertise. Growth is measurable in the results you achieve, the problems you solve, and the innovative solutions you create. Every new skill you acquire, every insight you gain, and every challenge you overcome become evidence that you are serious about your journey, and that you are someone worth respecting. Another critical aspect of personal growth is emotional and mental development. Growth is not only about external achievements, it is also about cultivating resilience, discipline, and emotional intelligence. People respect those who can handle adversity with grace, who can think clearly under pressure, and who maintain composure even in challenging circumstances. Emotional growth allows you to respond rather than react, to lead rather than follow, and to inspire rather than intimidate. When others see your ability to navigate life's complexities with wisdom and self-control, they recognize a depth of character that commands respect. This inner development strengthens your presence, shapes your interactions, and ensures that respect is not dependent on temporary circumstances, but is rooted in your consistent demonstration of maturity and stability. Personal growth also requires setting ambitious goals and pursuing them relentlessly. Growth without direction is incomplete. It needs purpose. When you define what success looks like for yourself and pursue it with tenacity, you demonstrate vision, focus, and determination. People respect those who know where they are going and who take deliberate steps every day to move closer to their objectives. Every goal achieved is a statement of capability, commitment, and discipline. And it shows that you are not waiting for validation from others, but actively creating your own legacy. Even small, incremental progress is a form of growth that signals to the world that you are moving forward, evolving, and proving your worth through action rather than words. Growth also has a compounding effect on confidence and self-perception. As you develop skills, acquire knowledge, and overcome challenges. Your self-belief strengthens, and with it, the way you present yourself to the world transforms. Confidence born from genuine growth is magnetic. It is impossible to ignore or dismiss. People are instinctively drawn to those who exude competence and assurance because it signals reliability, leadership, and capability. When you focus on personal growth, you are not merely improving for yourself, you are elevating how others perceive you, creating a presence that commands attention and respect naturally. Finally, personal growth inspires those around you. Respect is not just earned through your own actions, but also through the impact you have on others. When your growth encourages, motivates, and elevates the people around you, it amplifies the respect you receive. Leaders, mentors, and high achievers understand that their evolution creates a ripple effect. The more you grow, more you influence the world, and the more people recognize the depth of your value. Growth becomes proof that you are serious about your journey, serious about your contribution, and serious about the standard of excellence you bring into every interaction. Disregarding the opinions of others and staying focused on your path is one of the most powerful ways to earn respect and achieve success, because too many people allow external judgment to dictate their actions, decisions, and self-worth. Life is filled with critics, doubters, and naysayers who will attempt to diminish your confidence, question your decisions, and distract you from your goals. If you allow yourself to be swayed by their opinions, you surrender your power and allow them to control your trajectory. The reality is that no matter how talented, disciplined, or committed you are, there will always be individuals who misunderstand, misjudge, or underestimate you. Learning to ignore the noise and maintain focus on your own journey is essential for growth, achievement, and the eventual respect that comes naturally when your results speak for themselves. People respect those who are unwavering in their commitment to their vision, those who are able to rise above criticism and stay on course despite obstacles, because it demonstrates clarity of purpose and unshakable determination. Focusing on your path requires developing a mindset that is impervious to external negativity. It means understanding that not every opinion is valid, that not every criticism is constructive, and that the majority of doubts you encounter are reflections of someone else's limitations rather than your own. Many people fall into the trap of trying to please everyone, seeking approval, or constantly defending themselves, and in doing so, they dilute their efforts and lose sight of their own potential. The ability to filter feedback, to distinguish between what is helpful and what is irrelevant, is a skill that separates those who achieve greatness from those who stagnate. By prioritizing your own vision and aligning your actions with your goals, you ensure that your energy is invested where it truly matters. And this focus becomes a statement of strength and self-respect that others cannot ignore. Ignoring distractions and external judgments does not mean disregarding wisdom or guidance. It means selectively choosing the voices that influence you, surrounding yourself with mentors, peers, and supporters who challenge you to grow while maintaining. Your integrity allows you to refine your path without compromising your vision. It is a delicate balance of staying open to learning while remaining steadfast in your direction. Those who cannot maintain this balance often become victims of the opinions of others, oscillating between doubt and hesitation, which undermines their confidence and diminishes the respect others hold for them. Conversely, when you cultivate clarity, maintain focus, and move forward despite skepticism, your actions demonstrate courage, discipline, and self-assurance, qualities that naturally earn respect. Focus is also strengthened by the ability to turn criticism into fuel rather than frustration. When people doubt you, belittle your efforts, or fail to recognize your value, the response is not to retaliate or prove them wrong through argument, but to channel that energy into growth, achievement, and results. Each moment of doubt from others becomes an opportunity to rise higher, to refine your skills, and to strengthen your resolve. When your progress becomes evident, it speaks louder than any explanation could, and those who once doubted you are compelled to acknowledge your capability. This approach transforms negativity into a tool for empowerment rather than a burden, reinforcing the principle that your focus and determination are stronger than any external opinion. Maintaining focus on your path requires discipline, persistence, and an unwavering belief in your goals. It demands that you define your vision clearly, break it down into actionable steps, and dedicate consistent effort toward its achievement. People who are easily distracted by criticism, gossip, or societal expectations often find themselves spinning their wheels, expending energy on matters that have no bearing on their ultimate objectives. By contrast, those who maintain focus develop momentum, and momentum creates results that are visible, measurable, and undeniable. Over time, consistent progress commands respect because it demonstrates that you are not reliant on validation, that your success is self-driven, and that your commitment to your goals outweighs any external negativity. Focusing on your path also requires emotional intelligence and resilience. You must learn to detach from opinions that do not serve you, to rise above jealousy or envy, and to remain centered amid chaos and distraction. Emotional resilience ensures that you do not allow temporary setbacks, criticism, or misunderstandings to derail your progress. It allows you to continue moving forward with confidence, demonstrating that your worth is not determined by others, but by your own commitment, discipline, and integrity. People are drawn to and respect those who possess this kind of resilience because it reflects maturity, self-awareness, and an ability to navigate life with strength and purpose. Ultimately, focusing on your path is about prioritizing action over argument, progress over approval, and vision over judgment. It is about understanding that the world will always have opinions, but your success and the respect that comes with it are earned through persistence, dedication, and the courage to remain true to yourself. By committing to your journey, ignoring distractions, and channeling your energy into growth and achievement, you create a life defined not by the limitations others place on you, but by the possibilities you pursue, and in doing so, you naturally command the respect that comes from being someone who cannot be shaken or deterred. Adversity is not a barrier to success. It is the fuel that can propel you beyond limitations and prove your worth to those who doubt you. Every individual will face challenges, setbacks, and moments of discouragement. But the difference between those who earn respect and those who succumb to defeat lies in how they respond to these obstacles. Disrespect, criticism, and doubt from others are inevitable, but they do not define your value unless you allow them to. The key is to view adversity not as a punishment or a reflection of your inadequacy, but as an opportunity to grow stronger, smarter, and more resilient. Each challenge you overcome becomes evidence of your strength. Each difficulty you endure becomes a testament to your perseverance. And every obstacle you rise above demonstrates your capacity to rise above mediocrity and doubt. Turning adversity into fuel requires a shift in perspective. Most people see criticism or disrespect as a personal attack, an attempt to undermine their confidence, or a reason to retaliate. However, those who truly succeed understand that external negativity is irrelevant to their internal value unless they give it power. Instead of reacting with anger, resentment, or frustration, they convert that energy into motivation. Every disparaging comment, every dismissive action, and every skeptic becomes a reminder of what you are capable of achieving. This mindset transforms challenges into catalysts for improvement, igniting a drive to prove to yourself more than anyone else that you are capable, worthy, and unstoppable. Using adversity as fuel also demands a proactive approach. It is not enough to simply endure challenges. You must actively use them to refine your skills, enhance your resilience, and clarify your vision. When faced with setbacks, instead of retreating or complaining, you analyze the situation, identify lessons, and take deliberate steps to grow. Every failure or rejection is an opportunity to learn, to adjust your strategy, and to emerge stronger than before. People who can transform setbacks into growth are naturally respected because they demonstrate the ability to control their response to circumstances, maintain composure under pressure, and continue moving forward when others would give up. Adversity also reveals character. How you respond to disrespect, doubt, or criticism demonstrates your integrity, patience, and commitment to your vision. Some individuals crumble under pressure, allowing negativity to dictate their actions, while others rise with determination, using obstacles as proof that they are willing to endure discomfort, sacrifice, and effort in pursuit of their goals. This level of discipline and resilience commands respect because it is evidence of strength, not just in skills or intellect, but in character and fortitude. People naturally respect those who persevere when circumstances are difficult, because such perseverance reflects qualities that are rare and admirable in a world where many choose the easier path. Adversity also builds confidence and self-assurance. When you consistently confront challenges and rise above them, you develop an inner certainty that your worth is independent of others' opinions. This confidence radiates in your decisions, your actions, and your interactions, creating a magnetic presence that draws respect naturally. Critics and doubters may continue to express skepticism, but they cannot diminish the evidence of your accomplishments and your ability to overcome obstacles. Each trial becomes a stepping stone, each challenge a demonstration of your capability, and each victory, no matter how small, reinforces the notion that you are someone who cannot be easily undermined or disrespected. Moreover, adversity teaches perseverance and patience. Success is rarely immediate, and those who achieve lasting impact are often the ones who endure repeated challenges without losing sight of their goals. Disrespect and doubt can be discouraging in the short term, but those who persist through adversity build a momentum that is undeniable. Momentum creates results that speak for themselves, and over time, the consistent display of effort, resilience, and triumph in the face of difficulty establishes a reputation that commands respect. People begin to recognize that your achievements are not accidental, but the product of deliberate action, persistence, and a refusal to allow negativity to define your trajectory. Finally, adversity encourages self-reflection and refinement. Challenges expose weaknesses, highlight areas for improvement, and force you to confront limitations you might have otherwise ignored. By addressing these weaknesses and turning them into strengths, you demonstrate adaptability, intelligence, and a commitment to personal excellence. The ability to learn from hardship, to evolve, and to continue striving in spite of obstacles is one of the most compelling ways to earn respect, because it shows that you are not merely reacting to life, but actively shaping it according to your vision. Those who harness adversity as fuel ultimately transform every challenge, every criticism, and every moment of disrespect into a platform for growth, achievement, and undeniable proof of their worth, creating a trajectory that others cannot ignore. True respect is not demanded. It is earned through consistent demonstration of integrity, character, and leadership. One of the most powerful ways to command respect is to lead by example, because actions are far more persuasive than words. And people naturally follow those whose behavior aligns with their principles and values. Leadership is not defined by titles or positions. It is defined by the ability to influence, inspire, and elevate others through your conduct. When you live with authenticity, honesty, and accountability, you create a standard for others to follow. And in doing so, you cultivate respect that is earned rather than given. People are drawn to those who not only talk about values, discipline, and excellence, but also embody these qualities consistently in their daily lives. Your example sets the tone for how others perceive you, interact with you, and ultimately treat you. Leading by example requires unwavering integrity. Integrity is the alignment of your actions with your values, the consistency between what you say and what you do, and the refusal to compromise your principles for convenience, approval, or temporary gain. When you act with integrity, people notice, because integrity is rare and powerful. Others recognize that you can be trusted, that your decisions are guided by a moral compass rather than impulse, and that you honor your commitments regardless of circumstances. This reliability fosters deep respect, because people understand that your character is dependable, that you do not bend under pressure, and that your actions reflect a higher standard than mere words ever could. Respect earned through integrity is lasting because it is rooted in authenticity and the unshakable foundation of personal ethics. Consistency is another critical aspect of leading by example. It is not enough to act honorably or responsibly on occasion. Respect is built when people see your principles demonstrated repeatedly, over time, and in a variety of situations. Consistency shows that your values are not situational, that your dedication is genuine, and that your behavior is predictable in a positive sense. When people can rely on your actions to reflect your character, they begin to extend respect naturally, because they know that what you represent is steady and trustworthy. Inconsistency, on the other hand, creates doubt and erodes credibility, making it impossible to earn the genuine respect that comes from being a reliable example to others. Leading by example also involves showing humility and accountability. True respect is not rooted in arrogance or authority. It is rooted in the willingness to admit mistakes, take responsibility, and demonstrate growth. When you model accountability, people recognize that you are honest, self-aware, and committed to improvement. They see that you do not shift blame, make excuses, or manipulate situations for self-interest. And this transparency inspires confidence and admiration. Humility does not diminish authority. Instead, it strengthens it by showing that leadership and respect are earned through service, honesty, and commitment rather than through fear or position. The impact of leading by example extends beyond personal respect, influence those around you, and sets a higher standard for collective behavior. When you hold yourself accountable, demonstrate integrity, and pursue excellence, you inspire others to rise to the same level. People naturally emulate those they admire, and when they witness consistent high standards in your actions, they are encouraged to elevate their own conduct. This ripple effect amplifies the respect you receive because it shows that your influence is not limited to yourself, but that it contributes positively to the environment, team, or community around you. Respect, in this sense, becomes both a reflection of your personal character and a response to the positive influence you cultivate through your example. Another essential component of leading by example is resilience under pressure. Life presents challenges, criticism, and moments of doubt. And it is during these times that your true character is revealed. Those who maintain composure, act ethically, and continue to pursue their goals in the face of adversity demonstrate strength, courage, and reliability. This resilience is magnetic. It communicates to others that you are not easily swayed by external circumstances, that your respect is earned through steadfastness, and that your presence is a stabilizing force. People naturally gravitate toward and respect individuals who handle pressure with dignity because it reflects maturity, wisdom, and the ability to lead even in uncertain or difficult conditions. Leading by example also involves generosity of knowledge, support, and opportunity. Respect is cultivated when others see that your success is not hoarded but shared through mentorship, encouragement, and guidance. Those who elevate others without diminishing themselves demonstrate confidence, empathy, and leadership. This form of influence is powerful because it shows that respect is not transactional or conditional, but earned through the consistent demonstration of values, competence, and character. Every act of integrity, every moment of accountability, and every demonstration of resilience contributes to a legacy of respect that is self-sustaining and admired by all who witness it.